we know the issues it raises.
Yes.
And I think it should be served on all parties.
Precisely.
Yes.
Precisely. If Mr. Issa could do that in the course of the morning, we intend to expedite the process as much as humanly possible.
Okay.
Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you.
I'll be able to serve Mr. Oraro on behalf of, I think, the Honorable Raila Odinga. He's a lead counsel in that matter, and I'll be able to serve Mr. Fred Ngatia for the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. I undertake to do that today.
Okay.
I'm much obliged.
For mention, petition number 4 of 2013, Gladwell, Wadoni, Otieno, and another versus Ahmed, Isaac, Hassan, and 3 others. Kindly, Counsel, you talk to the microphone for the purpose of recording the proceedings.
If you please, my Lord, the Chief Justice and Justices of the Supreme Court, my name is Harun Ndubi, appearing with my learned colleague, Ms. Kethi Kilonzo, for the petitioners.
Kathy?
Kethi Kilonzo, she's present.
Oh, okay. All right.
Morning, my Lord.
Morning. Yes. Sat, you stood close to your father, right? Okay. Yes.
My name is Ahmed Nasir. Together with my learned friend Kamal Karori, I do appear for the first respondent.
A first respondent. Okay.
May it please you, my Lord Chief Justice, my Lords. My name, sorry, I think my learned senior Mr. Ribeiro goes first. Sorry.
May it please my Lord the Chief Justice, judges of the Supreme Court. I appear for the second respondent in this matter. I am with other counsel in this matter. Ms. Lucy Kambuni, Senior Counsel. Mr. Mohammed Nyoga. Mr. Paul Niamodi. Mr. Eric Gumbo. Mr. Nani Mungai. Mr. Hilary Sigei. Mr. Mahat Somani. That's the same lineup for the next petition, which is number 5.
My Lord, after appearing
I omitted my good and learned friend, Mr. Kimani Mohoro. I omitted my learned
while on my feet, allow me to introduce my learned friend, Mr. Katwa, for the 4th respondent. Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you.
We have not as yet filed our replying affidavit. We were served on Monday, and we'll be filing our papers in the course of today afternoon.
Thank you. Petition 5.
For mention, petition number 5 of 2013, Raila Odinga versus Interim Independent and Electoral and Boundaries Commission and 3 others.
My name is George Araro. I appear with Honorable Amos Wako, Honorable Mutula Kilonzo, Honorable James Agro-Rengo, Honorable James Chimodua, Joka Marwa, TJ Kajwang.
May it please my Lord, I appear for the first respondent, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. I'm with Mr. Kimani Mohoro, Ms. Lucy Kamboni, Senior Counsel, Mr. Mohammed Nyoga, Mr. Paul Nyamodi, Mr. Eric Gumbo, Mr. Nani Mungai, Mr. Hilary Sigay, Mr. Mahat Somani. My learned friend, Mr. Ahmed Nasir, appears for the second respondent with Mr. Kamau Karori.
My Lord Chief Justice, my Lords, appearance for the third respondent, my learned friend, Mr. Ken Ogecho, and I, Frederick Ngatia, for the third respondent, my learned friend, Mr. Katwa, for the fourth respondent.
Okay, I'll proceed to read the directions for this mention. 3 petitions challenging the validity of the just concluded presidential elections have been filed in the Supreme Court. The petitions have, not surprisingly, elicited immense public interest and generated endless media coverage and commentary. The court is ready and prepared to hear and determine the petitions on the basis of the Constitution, the applicable law, and the evidence. In the interests of justice and for the efficient, effective, transparent, and impartial determination of the petitions, the court issues the following directions. The court is now fully seized of the petitions challenging the presidential elections. Towards this end, the petitioners and the respondents, their agents, supporters, and advisors are directed to desist from prosecuting the merits of their cases in any forum other than this court. 2, it is the responsibility of the advocates on record to advise their clients in these cases about the consequences of conduct or statements that can undermine the authority of this court. While the media must, in keeping with its constitutional mandate, continue to keep the public informed about the progress of these petitions, media houses and individual journalists and commentators are to perform their functions in a fair, impartial, and responsible manner. The media is required to strictly adhere to the code of conduct for the practice of journalism in Kenya at all times. Lastly, a comprehensive checklist of documents and relevant matter will be prepared and issued by the court to the advocates on record in time for the pre-trial conference scheduled to take place on the 25th of March 2013. Upon receipt of the said checklist, parties shall be required to prepare and file their responses in the Supreme Court registry on or before 23rd of March 2013. Thank you. Those are our directions.
My Lord, the Chief Justice and Judges of the Supreme Court, considering the nature of public interest in this matter and the location of this court in terms of the fiscal space alone, my clients were wondering if it is possible for the next hearings in this matter, if the court may kindly consider locating to a place that is bigger to accommodate the public interest that is exhibited. And in this regard, we would like to prefer that there is a hall in Milimani Court. There's a big hall on the ground floor which could do, because at the hearing of this matter, you can imagine the number of people who would want to come to participate in the proceedings. There is very little space within even to accommodate counsel. I wonder if that is something you may want to consider. Thank you very much, my lords.
Yeah, we're considering that the Chief Registrar is seized of that matter, and we'll let you know fairly soon what the arrangements are. The proceedings will be televised live. So, and there are security issues that we have to take into account. So, we might have a situation where this place is only occupied by counsel and observers. And our compatriots might be watching the live proceedings in some church or some hotel or some house. But we will definitely give the details of this being thought through.
Thank you very much, my lord.
Since we are both here and all the parties are here, my lords, we have our formal applications ready, but we are wondering if there is no application, if your lordship could consider our application in court to be enjoined as amicus in
You
this
file
matter.
it and serve it.
Most obliged. Thank
The
you.
others might actually oppose your role as amicus. So
Yes.
just file it and then serve it, and then we can hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Well, that was the mention of the petitions filed at the Supreme Court against the declaration of the final presidential results on the 9th of March, which saw Uhuru Kenyatta declared the president-elect by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. There are 3 petitions at the Supreme Court, one by the court team, another one by the Good morning, sir. Would you mind having a word with us on KTN?
We just heard what the judges said.
Okay, thank you. Well, these are departures from the courtroom here at the Supreme Court, where the Chief Justice Dr. Lunga has just ordered all the parties in these 3 petitions to desist from prosecuting their cases in the public domain. Remember, especially the coalition has been accused of appealing to public emotion through their public rallies, in which they kept declaring what kind of evidence and what assurance they have of this petition against the declaration of Uhuru Kenyatta as the winner of the presidential. Just ordering all parties to now prosecute these matters only inside the courtroom at the Supreme Court until this matter is heard and determined. This was a mention of the 3 petitions, one by AfriCorg and one by supporters of the Jubilee Coalition, one Dennis Itumbi and Moses Kuria, who were just challenging the inclusion of the rejected votes in the final tally of the presidential results in the just concluded election. The Attorney General, Professor Githu Muigai, is also applying to be included as a friend of the court here, and the Chief Justice has just informed the court that the other parties must have a chance before the Attorney General is allowed to appear as a friend of the court. Chief Justice suggesting that there might be a participant in these proceedings who may oppose the request by the Attorney General to be included in these proceedings. as a friend of the court, where the AG would essentially be advising the Supreme Court on matters of law, but not arguing the merits of the case. What you are seeing on screens are the departures from the courtroom here at the Supreme Court. The advocating us to let them walk away and not talk to us because of the orders just given by the Chief Justice that they should not talk about this case outside the courtroom. They are not talking to the press right now. This has been a very short of challenging the declaration of Uhuru Kenyatta as president. Live coverage of events here dimension the presidential election petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya, ATN, as we go to normal programming. Thank you very much.
You really like our court, huh?